Hi, in this video I want to give you an overview of the registration process for next year's classes and the forms that you'll need. This first slide is a timeline of the entire registration process. During homeroom on this Friday, January 15th, we'll go through this with you and you'll receive the forms you'll use for choosing your classes. Part of that homeroom will also involve watching an additional video that is specific to your grade level. Now, your homeroom teacher may have you watch parts of this video again just to make sure that you get all the important points. Alright, what you see here is the teacher recommendation form. This is the most important piece of paper that you'll need for picking classes next year. Alright, as you take a look here on the one side, this is where you'll make some choices teachers will recommend. And what you'll do on the back side of the form is take a look, and this is the pick sheet that shows what classes are required for sophomores, juniors, and seniors with electives at the bottom. And you notice that some of the electives can only be chosen by older students, and that's noted after each specific course. All right, so let's go back to the teacher recommendation form. When your homeroom teacher gives you the form, put your name on it right away. Then list your current grade and your graduation year. The reason we do that is if for some reason if that form falls out of your locker, backpack, whatever, we find it, we can get it back to you. It's really important that you hang on to this form though. This is how the whole process works. All right. You notice the first column there says student choice, both semesters, and it lists the departments to the left of that. What we ask you to do is, as you begin, you need to list what courses you want to take each semester in each of those departments. So first semester goes to the left of the hash mark in the student choice column. Second semester choices go in the right-hand column of the hash mark. Right? If you want to know a little bit more about each course, besides the title on the pick sheet, we do have a course guide with descriptions on the school website. Let me take you there so you can see how to get to that. So you just go to lansingcatholic.org, click on Academics, and then down to Course Descriptions. And then currently last year's course guide is on there. But if you click on that one, by the time you look at this video, the new one will be up. You'll see our current course guide. It will take you through mission statement or motto, some of our graduation requirements, and I'm going to talk about those in a moment. All right, what kind of work you need to do for honors and AP courses. All right, and then it gets into each department and a flow chart that goes through what you need to do each year. All right. The video that you're going to watch on Friday is going to go more into detail with that, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. But I do want to talk about graduation requirements. I think it's really important that you understand what's needed here. So let's start with theology. All right. Our mission, of course, here as a Catholic school is that we want to form disciples, and that can only happen if all of us understand the message of Jesus. So if you are here all 4 years, then 4 credits of theology is required. We ask each student to take a core theology course every semester that they're here. We do have some elective theology courses, but it's the core ones that are required. We also want our students to be able communicators and be inspired to live virtuous lives by reading great books. Therefore, students need to take English every semester that they attend Lansing Catholic and must have a speech class. That means you need 4.5 credits of English over 4 years. We are made like God, who is the master creator, and we can come to know him in beauty. Therefore, we require all students to explore the arts, even if you don't think you are that good at art. 1 full credit is required for graduation, and that can be in the performing arts, the fine arts, or the applied arts. Math helps us to develop our reasoning ability, which is important in recognizing the truth. So we require 4 credits of math. Typically that is 1 credit each year, but some students double up on math. We do require all seniors to take math, even if they've doubled up earlier in high school. Being faithful and contributing citizens of the world is so important to living our faith that we require 3 credits of social studies, consisting of 2-year-long courses, world history and U.S. history, and then economics and government, which are semester courses, unless you take AP government, which is a year-long course. To help us understand the great world that God has blessed us with, we require 4 years of science, consisting of a year of physical science, a year of chemistry, a year of biology, a semester of health, and a semester of phys ed, also known as gym class. Students can waive out a gym class if they participate in 2 seasons of a high school competitive sport And that can either be one season of 2 different sports or 2 seasons of the same sport, or by participating for 4 years in marching band. To recognize the dignity of humanity through other cultures, we require 2 years of one of the languages that we offer here at Lansing Catholic, French, Latin, or Spanish, although you are certainly encouraged to pursue it for more than 2 years. And to give you some choice, we ask you to complete 3.5 more credits in other electives. These can be from the arts, additional years in a language or a second language, online courses, or extra offerings within each of the core subject areas. There is additional information in the course guide regarding other types of classes. Please take the time to go through it so you know all that is available to you. Now let's go back through. I want to take you back to that teacher recommendation form that you see here. So as we said, the first part is for you to tentatively pick out your courses. We'd like you to start doing that this Friday. All right, and then step 2 here, January 18th to the 21st, next week. Students, we want you to get recommendations from your teachers for all of your classes. What does that mean? Well, what will happen is your teacher will look at your current body of work. All right, if you have a really high grade, you've got a great work ethic, they may recommend you for an honors or an AP course, even if you aren't interested in that right now. If your grade in the course or your work ethic is kind of lacking, don't expect them to recommend you for that AP or honors course. You're showing them the regular course is more your speed. And it's important that you have the teacher recommendation form every day next week in class with you. Teachers will let you know what day they're going to go through that. So what they're going to do is look at your current body of work, fill in this column right here what their suggestion is, and then they will sign over here verifying, yep, this is what I believe this person should be taking next year. Now, just because you get recommended for a higher level course does not mean you have to take that. All right, we'll come back to that a little bit later. All right, step 3. All right, as you can see, then the following week, January 25th to 29th, you'll sit down with your homeroom teacher to look at the big picture. Just because, like I said, you're recommended for so many classes does not mean you need to take them all. Some of you are really involved in sports, drama, youth group, leadership, or service. Some of you have jobs. So your homeroom teacher is going to help you be realistic about what you can manage between school, extracurriculars, family, and friends. Keep in mind your typical stress level when you have work to do and the demands on your time from other people. So come prepared to that meeting, ready to talk about what you love to do, what you're passionate about, and what you want to do with your life. After that discussion, any changes are made to what you are now putting down as your choices. The homeroom teacher will sign it, and then you and the homeroom teacher should each take a picture of it. So what they'll do is the homeroom teacher read this part here. When they verify you've made any changes in your student choice column, looking at the teacher recommendations, that big picture, then the homeroom teacher will say, yep, we've talked about graduation requirements in the big picture, so we're good to go there. But we want you and the homeroom teacher to take a picture of this form when it's done, so that way you have a copy of it, we have a copy of it. Might be good, students, as you take a picture of it, if you can email that or send that to your parents as well, because we want them to know what's going on. All right, step 4, all right, February 1st to 5th. Students are going to select classes online with their parents after you get the recommendations from the home teacher. So again, that's February 1st to the 5th. You and your parents need to know your Skyward login and password to do this step. There is a separate video tutorial on how to go online to actually select your courses. And I invite you to check your school email for that link. All right. Step 5 then, what you're going to do is you will come in and meet with one of the counselors, one of our registration counselors. We're going to have 4 this year. Last year we had you sign up for a date and time. This year we're going to assign you a date and time. So freshmen, looks like we have February 9th and 11th. We're looking at that time for you right here. Sophomores, February 16th. And then juniors, somewhere between February 17th and the 19th. So you need to bring that teacher recommendation form with you. Make sure that you do that. I think that's really important that you have. The counselors then will go through and they'll look at, make sure you're on track for graduation, following your 4-year plan. These appointments are going to take place either in the counseling center or room 104. Both of those are down senior hallway. And then counselors will follow up with students who may be absent during the day or the time of their appointment. So Again, make sure you have that recommendation form, bring that with you. And then if they do miss you, they'll work until March 1st to make sure that we get everybody scheduled in here. Step 6, March 1st. This one really is much more for parents. Okay, each year we give out a lot of money in financial aid to needy families. The way we figure out how much to give and whom to give it to is by families filling out some financial aid paperwork. It's called this PSAS form. This is due by March 1st, and this year we gave over $350,000 in tuition assistance. Forms for this are on our school website, and your parents will get an email about this as well. Step 7, March 11th. Registration, about middle of March, registration packets will be sent out to families with a list verifying the courses that you and the counselor selected online. And the homeroom teachers said, yeah, we looked at the big picture. We think this is the best thing for you to do. Now, you and your parents may disagree with those recommendations. Maybe the wrong course was entered for some reason, or maybe your plans have changed in the 2 months since you filled out the form. Well, I want to make this really clear. This is the time for you to make some changes, okay? Not in June, not in August, not second semester. This is the time where you can say, you know what, my plans have changed. So this is where you have to really take some initiative here. After this, it's too late. So if the form is okay, parents just sign it and mail it back in. If it isn't okay, you need to contact the counselors or the teacher who gave you a different recommendation so you can set up a meeting to discuss a change. Right? So make sure that you do that. And that's really what step 8 is all about, is meeting with the counselors and that teacher or the department chair to request that change or request a waiver. This needs to be done by April 15th so we can start working on next year's schedules as soon as possible. Again, you and your parents need to set this up with the counselors and teacher who made the original recommendation. Step 9. April 15th. It's getting all the paperwork in. That means families have to get things to us so we know you're coming back and begin to see how many sections of each class we need for next year. And we'll also give teachers lists of students for each course to make sure students are in the right course based on their ability at that point. Okay. Also, during that time, April 15th, step 9, teachers will then, they'll modify some recommendations, which gets us to step 10. They will make some of those changes. And what they do is they look at your performance now because maybe, since January, maybe your performance skyrocketed or maybe you tanked. And so they can say, we're going to make some other adjustments here. And then, again, we want to see if there's any other family waiver meetings that need to take place. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's the registration process. Please check out the other videos on how to select your courses online before your counselor meeting and the separate video tutorials for each grade level, noting specific courses that pertain to you as you look towards being a sophomore, junior, or senior here at Lansing Catholic next year. If you have any questions, again, feel free to see us in the office or call us at 267-2100. Please make sure you stay on top of following all these deadlines. It makes the registration process go that much smoother. So thanks for watching. God bless.